Say hello to my little gripper. This used to be my go-to push stick, but ever since I started using my clear guides from Jessam, I don't use this as much. But I do occasionally go back to this, primarily for smaller stock. For something like this, this doesn't work. Something this size doesn't work out very well with the clear cut guides. So I have to pull this back out. Now, minus this, and minus this piece in the back, and minus this little riser piece. Trust me, there's a lot of accessories with this. This is like a whole system that they have going on. The core of it you see here, and the handle is the base system. And with the base system, you have these adjustable grips, and basically they're channels. What you do is you set your saw blade to where it cuts through this and would not cut any of these legs. And you have plenty of adjustability. You can move these things back and forth to accomplish whatever it is that you're trying to do, the cut that you're trying to make. And you always want to make sure the saw is off and unplug and verify it before you make any cuts. Make sure you're free and clear from the blade. So this add-on is very neat because even though these feet are very grippy, it gives you a lot of control. Sometimes, depending on the stock, even this can slip. You see, if I apply enough pressure, I can make it move. What this does, make sure you just loosen it just enough to where it drops on its own. Okay, there it is. Especially if you have multiple, okay, you can use multiple. The last one, you want it to be able to fall off so you can push this through the blade. And it's intended to be a consumable. You see this one being cut several times until it's useless, and then you replace it. It comes with a couple in the pack. I'll put the information in the description. This little riser, when you're using thinner stock, you don't want to end up with an unstable situation where you have, teetering, and you can have an accident, damage the jig, or even hurt yourself. This allows you to drop this, tighten it, so that, you have stability to pass it through the blade. I like this little thing. I don't use it as much anymore, but when I need it, I need it. As I said again, when I'm working with something small, that's when I pull it out. I get the stock guys out of the way, and I go back old school. I mean, that's it. What else can I say? Anything to save your hands. And there's a big thing out now for a few years now. It's a product on the market, excellent build quality. I love it as a work of engineering. Excellent build quality. But I do not like the idea behind of it when it comes to safety. A lot of people disagree with me on it, but I'm not going to name the product. In a workshop, safety has to be systematic. It can't apply to one thing. You have several spinning blades in a workshop. I take this to heart. I don't say, what I'm about to say, I don't say it lightly. A drill blade, a drill press spins a bit A bit is a cutting edge. It can cut you badly, just like a table saw. Miter saw, cut your fingers off just like a table saw. Bandsaw, do the job even cleaner. Surgical. A router table, it eat fingers too. Jointer, it will eat as much wieners as you give it. You know, people like to do the wiener test. It will eat as much wieners as you give it. My thing for safety, every one of these products are safe if you respect it and follow the rules. Read our instruction manual. Never disengage guards unless you have a control way of working in the presence of that blade. When I say a control way, that's what jigs are about. You see, like this is a jig. And I tell people all the time, in woodworking, what a jig does is one out of two things, or both. It allows you to, have a repeatable, to make a task repeatable, or it allows you to do a task safely. For example, I need to cut this on a table saw. The safest way, I can't really know how to do that, is with this. I follow the instruction, I set it up with my saw unplugged, make sure that the blade is gonna pass through the groove, make sure the blade is not high to cut through this and cut my fingers. And guess what? There is no way I can cut myself with this. What I worry about with some of the mentality that people have is that they will get, and I see a lot of recklessness on the YouTube concerning the table saw. But what happened is, with some of this new technology, a lot of people, in my opinion, it's gonna get comfortable. Saw can't cut me. And what happened is, when they go to a piece of tool that can bite them, can cut them, can harm them, because they already have developed this attitude. I heard people compare stuff to circuit breaker, but I don't think they're thinking. Every plug in my house, every light in my house is on a circuit breaker. So that's cool. I mean, I still respect the thing, but if I get careless, each one of them is on a circuit breaker. But in a workshop, there's nothing that's going to stop the bandsaw automatically. There's nothing that's going to stop the drill press automatically. There's nothing that's going to stop the miter saw automatically. There's a reason why this tech is only on a table saw. You think they don't want to do it on other equipment? Nobody has figured that out yet. And my thing is, if you can't do it on all, I'd rather you do it on none. Because the old-fashioned way of safety, using push sticks, not cutting something under a certain size, like 12 inches, or a better idea is, your throat plate and your saw is red for a reason. If any member on your hand is touching that red throat plate when you're pushing the material through, you're begging for an accident. If you remove the guard, you're begging for an accident. If you remove the splitter, you're begging for an accident. Anyway, little gripper. I recommend it. Even if you have the clear cuts. Get the clear cuts. But if you know you're going to be working with small pieces, something like this or something similar to this, I highly recommend. Thank you and have a good day. Be safe out there. If you enjoyed this video and you would like to be notified when new content is dropped on this channel, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and drop a comment down below.